First, I want to give you a glimpse of the false solutions we're addressing here tonight. As a result of overpopulation, overconsumption, and greed, we humans have drastically depleted most of our planet's natural assets and have relied heavily on fossil fuels for our energy. Excessive fossil fuel burning and logging are the top two causes of global climate change, but also have devastating consequences on ecosystems, climate, and public health locally. We must address the root causes of these problems in order to develop real solutions. Yet our government and society consistently and effectively bypass the root causes. A prime example is Oregon's Renewable Energy Portfolio Standard, which mandates that public utilities obtain 25% of their total energy from quote-unquote renewable sources by 2025. Yet there is no cap on the total energy supplied. Hence, utilities do not make conservation a first priority. The utilities also come under pressure to provide energy on demand, yet they do not really question whether we can rely on a source today still being available in 20 years from now. Oregon law defines forest biomass as renewable energy, and eco-advocates achieved a small but not exactly protective amendment to this definition. The law also now provides tax incentives to timber companies for providing utilities energy from burning forest biomass, rewarding the results of atrocious forest management that's driving the shift. Oregon federal tax incentives are also now available to companies that burn forest biomass, both for electricity and liquid fuel, on private forest lands. The Seneca Cogeneration Forest Biomass Facility, proposed for Eugene, is a local example of the negative impacts to public health, forest health, and climate that such corporate welfare and short-sightedness exacerbate. Just last evening, our EWEB, our local utility board of commissioners, voted 4-1 to sign a contract with Seneca to get it electricity from its cogeneration plant once it's up and running. And that was rather disappointing. One EWEB board member, fortunately, Bob Cassidy, voted against the signing a contract. And I think that a lot of reasons are given are such that they feel that it's their job to provide energy to meet demand and not worry about some of the negative environmental consequences of that. There are other agencies involved in permitting and giving the tax credits. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And we'll take... Seneca is a timber company that submitted a permit application and a contract proposal to EWEB, our public utility, a permit application to LRAPA, our local air protection agency that needs to approve this permit before they could actually start. And then they also need to get tax credits to pay for the facility. I will go more into that later. But to end on explaining what's going on at the federal level right now, some in Congress, especially our own Senator Wyden and Congressman DeFazio, now want to make additional tax credits available for forest biomass extraction from federally managed public lands. In fact, Wyden has written his own bill to do this. He has also draft legislation that would protect the very oldest old growth in exchange for increased logging across millions of acres of public forests, after which remaining forest biomass would be removed for producing energy. Fortunately, some in Congress, such as Waxman and Markey, do recognize problems with incentivizing burning public forest biomass for energy. And in their American Clean Energy and Security Act, they only include incentives for, it says, planted trees, brush, slash, and all residues from an actively managed tree plantation located on land that was cleared prior to the date of enactment of this section and is not federal land. Pre-commercial sized thinnings, slash, brush, and residue from milled trees from forested land that is not old growth or mature forest, identified under a state natural heritage program as rare, imperiled, or critically imperiled, or federal lands. Nevertheless, you'll hear from us tonight how incentives for burning forest biomass from private lands will inevitably result in ongoing pressure to open up public lands to forest biomass extraction.